A little over a minute. If you'd like to hear that spot, it's going to be playing in those headphones.
Okay, go ahead and put those headphones on. And when we start the show, can you make sure your phones are on off or silent?
Say it again.
Everybody make sure your phones are on off or silent.
All right.
Nice. You did good.
Okay, you're gonna bring that right to you. Do you want all that on your video? Or just throw it there? That's perfect. The water's okay, whatever you wanna do. Welcome to the show, everyone. You know, on this day, there's something that must be said for anyone who lost your life on this day, and for all of the first responders and anyone that was affected in any way, we will never forget. So I wanted to start off with that and then bring on my first guest, who I'm so excited about having on. I want to also say we're live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We're going to share the show later on. My first guest has been on several times. We're going to put you, even though you have the greatest voice in the world for radio, we want to put you right up on that mic. I have with me August Heiss, and he's the owner of ADH Electric and Solar. Welcome to the show. I want you to tell everybody first a little bit about yourself, what you do, and why it is so important that everybody understands that you have to be an electrician and why that comes in along the play with solar.
Right. As you mentioned, we're electrical contractors, commercial and residential, that's foremost, and our focus has been energy efficiency, and obviously at the last step, energy efficiency would be a solar out there with that. So that's very key. To do the final hookup on the solar system, you have to be a licensed electrical contractor.
Okay.
So that has been our focus. So yes, we do solar, and we've been engaged in that for many, many years, over 15 years, and as well, that puts us into the electrical contractor aspect as well. So we can pretty much do anything on that side, from residential to a complete commercial building as well.
Now, before you came on, we had a little conversation, sort of like education. You know, it's amazing how you are really all about that first and foremost.
That is true. My focus, yes, I'm an electrical contractor, but actually I always tell people that I'm in the education business, because that is really my focus. Educated consumer and customer, to me, is the best. And even if they decide to go somewhere else, that is okay with me, because I want them to be educated so they can ask the right questions and be properly informed and make the right decisions for themselves, what best suits them and fits their needs.
So I'm going to ask a couple of questions, okay? And the first thing is, I got to get out some information about you. You're statewide. You're rated with the Better Business Bureau. You do free in-home solar estimates. You also do free in-home energy evaluations. And your website is adhsolar.com, and the phone number to call is 623-688-0663. Now, I want to know what the process is, because I love your tagline, okay? We're going to get that out too, which is, we put it where the sun does shine.
That is right. We do put that there. So, obviously, if you're looking at solar, there's an interest there. My focus is always get your home or building efficient. The more efficient your building or home is, then that means you have a smaller footprint to finish up with solar. And that, again, the savings on energy efficiency is a lot better and a lot easier to do. and not as expensive, and then go solar, smaller system, then you reduce your costs there as well. So they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And even if you don't want to do solar, making your home efficient is extremely important, and there's many, many different ways to do that.
So you come in and you'll do a free evaluation for that?
Yes,
right?
I will do a free energy evaluation throughout the home. We don't do a blower test, that's something else. Some other companies do that, but my is the usage and what is available currently and how you're using your energy.
So it's all about, making your either home or office building energy efficient, because it makes sense. It really does. If you just go solar, you really could be wasting a lot of your money, because it might be going out the window or up your attic.
True, that is correct, and maybe it makes dollars instead of cents.
Well, that's funny. He's good. All right, so the other thing that I want to get out too is you said electric, commercial, and residential A to Z.
Yes.
And you also said electric, commercial.
Solar A to Z.
Solar A to Z.
And what that means on the electric, it's probably understandable. Pretty much anything on the electric side we can do. Power chargers for your new electric vehicle if you have that, or you're putting in a jacuzzi, you need electric to there, or you need a panel upgrade, remodel jobs, whatever you name it. On the solar side, when I say A to Z, there's a lot of companies out there that just sell solar, but that's all they do. We actually do sell, and we install it as well. We'll design it to your habits and needs. But we also do service and warranty work on solar. We do add-ons to existing solar if you have changed. You got a pool, or you got an EV, or you got people moving in, parents, or whatever it is, expansions. So those can go hand in hand. And then we also do, I did mention we do service and warranty work, which a lot of companies don't do. And the big thing that we do is we work with a lot of roofing companies in the industries, because when you have solar up there, you need to pull down, so you need a contractor to do that. We pull the solar down, make sure it's working. The roofer comes in, does all his work. We come back in and reinstall everything, usually better than what it was before.
The phone number to call him is 623-688-0663. He is statewide. He's also rated with the Better Business Bureau. You can check them out. It's ADHSOLAR.com. I want to also talk about some of the things that you had mentioned, because you don't realize that you would want to talk about water heaters today a little bit.
Yeah, so for energy efficiency, to educate yourself, if you have an electric water heater, my opinion, the cheapest thing to do, yes, you can do a on-demand heaters, those work really well. However, there's a little bit more cost involved, because you have to run a lot more electricity to that to get that functioning. So a simple solution would be get a timer, and if you're able and handy, do it yourself. Hook a timer in, set the timer for 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours at night, or your schedule, whatever your habit is, maybe 2 hours in the middle of the afternoon. Why are you heating water when you're sleeping, or when you're gone, or when you're gone for the whole day? The water still is hot in the tank, it's not gonna get cold.
It's amazing, because you know what? How many people think about that? Not many.
Not many, yes.
Right,
That
so
would be
that's-
one example.
That's
yes.
why it's good to have you come in and educate them on what we're talking about here, is having an electrical contractor that comes in and helps you make your home or your office or your building that is more efficient or efficient before you do anything else.
True, very true.
Now, I also wanted to talk a little bit about something that is pretty cool that is going to be happening to the APS people.
Yes,
And tell about
APS customers, if you're on their on-peak, off-peak plans, even with the demand charge on-peak, off-peak plan, what's coming up, it's been in place for a couple of years now, a lot of people don't know, is the super off-peak rate, which is from 10 to 3. That's when you want to use all of your electricity, washer, dryer, this, set your pool to that time frame, if you have a pool, because that's their super off-peak rate, which is 10 to 3, Monday through Friday, and that starts in November all the way through to the end of April. And that
Lookouts.
gives you a wholesale rate. That's
Wow.
the cheapest rate available. You can't get that.
Now, unfortunately, people are living where they're living, and you get what you get. It's either going to be APS or it's going to be SRP, and that's about it, right?
Correct, yes.
But it's cool that they're doing that for people. I will say that it's so important. More people are spending so much money right now, especially right now with the summer heat on us. And I guarantee we're going to have a hot winter. you
Yeah,
know?
and APS is looking for rate increases again.
They all are, and you know, I think the best thing to do is to have him come in and do a free, it's an evaluation for you to find out how he can save you money, and then you can take the steps of what you wanna do. Maybe at the end you do get solar, and you don't know until you talk to him, right?
Correct.
And don't talk to your neighbors, because everybody has a different, you know, you live differently. You cannot do that. You have to, you know, make sure that they come in and talk to you personally, because you live your life differently. Your house may be different.
Everybody's comfort level is at a different level. You can have a 5,000 square foot home, energy miser, and you can have a 2,000 square foot home, energy hog.
That phone number to call him again at 623-688-0663. He is statewide, rated with the Better Business Bureau. Check him out on his website. It is ADHSOLAR.com. Hang tight, we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, that's fast, okay? How'd you like that? Did we do okay?
I think we did good.
Okay,
I might have run on there quite a bit.
Well, it's okay, I'm okay with it, I'll let you do that, okay? That's good, so we're still
Yeah.
live here in the room.
Okay, yeah, no, that's good. What I was gonna say, one thing I may touch back base up is you may ask a question, how much does a solar system cost? Cause I think Craig had touched up on it, but I have a little bit more clarity just for people so they understand. It really makes a difference.
Isn't it different for everybody?
Depending on who you work with, yes, the range is, in my opinion, extreme. But because everybody has their different margins and markups that they wanna make. And so, let's say a 10K system, which is kind of an average system size for most homes, you're gonna pay 30 to 80,000, depending on who you talk to. And we're under the 30,000.
Did you wanna mention that, what did he say? He talked about the,
Oh, it's going away at the end of the year.
yeah,
Yep.
did you wanna mention that?
Yeah, I can mention that too.
What was it again?
It's the 30% tax credit on your solar system is being phased out. It was supposed to be phased out in 34, and they changed it to 25, December 31, 25.
Is going away,
Yeah.
okay. So we're gonna first talk about that, I'm gonna bring that up, and then two, we're gonna do how much, okay?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's the thing is because there's no real regulation, so it's like whatever they wanna charge, that's what they're gonna charge, and people aren't aware, and you always wanna make sure you're comparing apples to apples. That's the biggest thing. People don't understand sometimes what they're comparing. You know, a 10K system, what does that exactly mean? Or they're thinking their usage, because some people, I have a 28K system. No, that's your usage for the year. So I've had those conversations when people are asking me and
What's it look
stuff.
like when you go into their home or to their office? You have to first start off with what?
Well, the very first thing, if somebody is interested, what I ask for them is a minimum of 12-month usage. As soon as I get that, then I can put something together of what an offset, if they're looking for, like APS, we can do up to 150% offset. In SRP, we don't do such a high offset because SRP doesn't do buyback on excess power, so we usually max out at 70%. So they're smaller, but, so that's how it works,
But
depending.
right, you have, that's
Yeah,
where
it's-
you
it's
live,
a-
that's what you get.
It's, yeah, you're stuck with that,
Yeah.
correct, yeah.
Here we go, ready? That's Trilux.
Yeah. Teresa,
What?
Teresa.
Yeah, she's coming on Friday. So welcome back, everyone. We're talking about how important it is to have an electrician that is a contractor that comes in and makes sure that your home or office, building, what have you, is energy efficient before you do anything else. Because a lot of people just start at the top and go and put their solar on, and guess what? You might be wasting money, more money than you know of. I do want to talk about this. Number one, the 30% tax credit. Let's tell them about that. What's happening to it?
There has been a 30% tax credit available to anybody that does a solar install or solar umbrella projects, which I'd have to talk to you on a one-on-one basis if you need more info on that. However, that was supposed to be extended to 2034, and that has changed. So it is actually going to expire December 31st, 2025. So this year, at the end of the year, that 30% tax credit, which helps you with your ROI on a solar investment, is going to go away.
So call them now.
Yes.
That phone number is 623-688-0663. A lot of people, and I gotta just go into this, my own thing here, okay? Excuse me. A lot of people, they have had a bad taste in their mouth with all of this, okay? And it is important to talk to somebody who's, number one, educated. You've been doing this for what, 20 years, I think it is, that they said?
Not quite,
But-
maybe 15.
So
but yes,
15?
yes.
But I mean, you're up there.
Yes,
And-
I've been doing it a long time.
And to have somebody who is educated on this and wants to educate you first. There's a lot of times we have these people that come by, and they come by your door and they ring the door, and you go and you answer it, and then you're listening to them, and they're not the best people to talk to. And tell them why.
Well, I would say that they're just looking for a sale. A lot of the door knockers that are out there, even salesmen, is their focus is a sale. They may not really know what the system is doing, and they're just trying to pigeonhole a certain size, and it may not even offset exactly what you were looking to offset. So it's really tailored to get your usage, 12-month history, and then we can design a system to what your expectations are so that we make sure we cover all of that.
One of the things that you wanted to also talk about was how much does a solar system cost? That's like the number one question that you get.
Yes, it is, and you know what, there's not a lot of oversight on that, so let's say a 10K system would be an average size in Arizona. You're gonna get a range from $30,000 for that system up to $80,000. Why is there such a discrepancy? Is because depending on who you talk to, depending on what their markup is or their margins that they're looking to hit, that's what it's gonna be. We personally, we keep it low, we're under 30,000. So we have a lot of different rooms and flexibility for you to design it, again, for yourself, for consumers' needs, and make it efficient for them. Because my focus as an educator also is, yes, I have to run a business, make a profit, but I'm not gonna be gouging my customers, because I've seen that too many times out in our industry, and that's why people have a bad taste in their mouth as well, because that's happened.
If you've been on the fence, call them and get that consultation, because many times people, they're hesitant, right? Well, there's a lot of reasons to do this. Number one, saving money, right?
Absolutely.
Number two, because the 30% tax credit is gonna go away. Give them a call now, make sure that you can get in on that now, and they're gonna do a free in-home. They're gonna do a solar estimate for you. They can also do a free in-home energy evaluation, which is what that really should start with at all times. And the other thing that I wanted to get out was your website here, which is ADH SOLAR.com. Check them out, but give them a call and let them do those evaluation or the estimates for you at 623-688-0663. Okay, we have a short window of time here, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was gonna say, I mean, how long does it take for the process so that they make sure that they're in on this?
Yeah, so one thing I was gonna say is, though, talking about today, we do this today, but every day we do discounts for first
Okay.
responders, as well as all military, active or non-active veterans, etc.
Thank you.
on a regular basis. So, and then again, that's gonna be varied depending on their needs. We do a lot of community service stuff, and I've been doing a lot of work with veterans where I partner up with entities that are doing that. So we're always there supporting our people that need that support.
Well, thank you for that.
Yes, and back to your question. Oh, the process it's actually pretty simple. The paperwork is the longest. So if we get all the paperwork in and we get the system plans, permits, and all of that done, an install can be done in 45 days with everything working smoothly. So the biggest thing is getting the paperwork, sending it in for permits. Each city has a different permit level, so some are longer, some are shorter. There are some they have changed where they expedite some of that quickly, especially on the solar, so that's easy. And then we also have to get through the utility company, get their permission and coordinate that, send them plans as well, and then the permits. And then once we have that green light, we can install everything in one day. And then we have the inspection. As long as that passes right away, From that, we go now back to the utility company, which can be anywhere from a day to 2 weeks plus before they commission it and get it started again. But so the longest process again is wait, paperwork. The install is pretty much a 1-day install for everything.
And I want to also get out that you do that all.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yeah, we
important
will
for
help
them
the
to know.
customer with getting all the paperwork done for the utility company, for permitting, drawings, we get all that. Obviously, we do the installs and we do the service work after that as well.
Now, you mentioned to me that you wanted to talk about people comparing apples to apples.
Yeah, it is very important when you're looking at who you're working with, and if you're getting multiple bids, which I would recommend at all times, is you wanna make sure that you're using the right language and you're comparing the correct things. Some people can say, hey, I've got a 28K system. Normally, that may be your usage for the whole year. That's not your true system size, because that's massive, unless you got maybe a 5 or 10,000 square foot home, you might have that size of a system. But normally, you're probably gonna average about a 10K. So make sure you're comparing what the wattage of the panels are, what the system are. The best ones out there that we've been working with, that I work with and I like, is the micro inverters with Enphase and the optimizers with Solar Edge. Those are two that have been in the industry and have done some cleanup on some of their glitches and issues, and they're very service oriented. So that's the key there. The service orientation, giving you up to a 25-year warranty on their equipment and product, and they're spot on in taking care of that.
No, I also want people to understand that the first thing you want to do is have them come in and do an evaluation for you, because it's the energy that you might be losing that's going through, let's say, your windows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Windows are a big thing. Old AC systems, past 15 years, I mean, they say 10 in the industry, but they're energy hogs. And there is something you can do. We do have another little gadget that I call a power conditioner. We can install that, and that actually saves you money on all your motorized equipment in the home, including your old AC, and it actually saves you quite a bit of money because it reduces your amperage draw. It's a little technical there, but it changes how you use electricity in the home, and it saves you money there as well. So there's many, again, the efficiency is a key factor. And
how about the pool?
the pool, you wanna make sure your pump is a multi-speed pump, which nowadays I think it's mandated to install those, so you've got an old pool pump, you wanna change that out. And then set it to schedule. Set it to the off-peak hours of running if you don't have solar, and if you have solar, you might wanna set it to the on-peak hours, because that's when you have your production going to use that. Different things like that. There's running fans on a regular basis in your home, cheap to run, and they move the air around and blend the air, makes your home more efficient as well. It doesn't allow the thermostat to kick on and off as
Wow,
quickly.
and that's easy.
That's another simple solution. Yes.
Right, so there's a lot of things that you don't even realize what you can do to make your home energy efficient. It's all about that first, right?
I would say so, yes.
I agree with it, because a lot of people, if you just go put that solar on and you still have a high bill, you're not gonna be too happy.
Right.
Right?
And make sure that if you put your solar, it's designed for your current usage, and if you decide that now you have solar, you're gonna double your electric usage, it's not gonna cover it. You're still gonna have a high bill, so education is really key.
It is, and I think that's why I like when you come on now, and I hope you are able to come back on again because I think it's important that that's what this is a platform
Right.
for you to do that. And people, you do need to be educated, and you do need to call these people that are on here like this, because education gives you power, right?
I would say so. The education of the consumer makes a huge, huge difference, so they don't get, in my opinion, used. That's industry it is.
Well, I tell you, they start with the energy first, that's what it's all about, but then when they're done, they put it where the sun does shine. I
That's
got
right.
it that way for you, how you like that?
I like that.
So they are statewide, they're rated with the Better Business Bureau, and you need to have a free in-home solar estimate as well as a free in-home energy evaluation. I think it starts with right there. He's both residential and commercial, and you can call him at 623-688-0663. You can also check him out on his website. It's ADH SOLAR.com, and you will be happy that you called them.
All right.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought that was fun.
Okay, that's
You
number
were
one.
great at it.
What's
I thought
that?
it was fun.
I feel like
Did
you've
I
probably
get-
done it 100 times.
Did
I-
you feel like you got everything? Can you come in here, please? Okay, thank you, turn that one off.